I love those kinds of homes that feel as if they've grown slowly over time. Homes filled with treasures, yet nothing too precious to use. It's strange how quickly we're encouraged to replace the things we already own. But perhaps the secret to creating that warm, nostalgic feeling that I know I'm certainly drawn to is caring for the things that we already have. Not being afraid to let our homes look a little lived in.
I do really like having this up here. I love the colour of the mount, but it doesn't fit in any of the other shelves.
I have loved having some kitchen items displayed on this top shelf. I've ended up using them so much more. So I thought I would pull out all of the jugs and vases and random dishes I have. And I'm hoping they might look nice, displayed all together, in a bit of a beautiful jumble.
I love the colour, colouring in with the different colour greens in the books. I suppose all these colours are a bit more autumn rather than springtime and summer, but they're the colours I like the most, so that's what I'm drawn to, I suppose. That might be hiding the picture a bit too much. I don't know if I like pots here and then having pots there. Maybe some standing up at the back.
I think gardens have a wonderful way of teaching us patience. You never really know how something is going to grow until you plant it and give it a chance. My mum has given me some of her beautiful dark red dahlias for the garden, and I'm going to see how a few of them get on in this barrel. I love that gardening is always a little bit of an experiment. You plant something, you hope it doesn't die, and you just learn along the way. Gardening has shown me that I don't have to get everything right the first time or even the second or third. Sometimes we just have to give things a go.
So recently I've really enjoyed seeing pictures of people's nostalgic kitchens growing up. And as much as I do like having a tidy, clean home, sometimes it does give that. Sometimes I get fed up of seeing homes that just look like they're in a magazine and there's never any random things out. So I thought, instead of just styling nicely the nice little bits of my kitchen, because usually I style over here, which I love, and I style over here. They're the main two areas I use in the kitchen. And I never usually think about this side of the kitchen because I don't like how it looks. This has the boiler behind it, and it's just a piece of wood that's been clipped on. But I was thinking maybe I could actually use this piece of wood to create the doors for here. This used to be like an old pantry cupboard because the house didn't have central heating in it, so there wasn't a boiler. And this kitchen, it didn't go all the way across, and there was a exit to outdoors here. So we blocked up the doorway so that we could have the kitchen go all the way across, which meant we couldn't access the pantry cupboard, so we just turned that into where the boiler was going to be housed. If it opens outwards, that means that can't be there. Or I suppose I could do it like a bifold, fold back on itself. I think I could do that. I think maybe I get Liam to help me. One thing I've been loving from these nostalgic kitchens that I've been looking at is they often just have things on display. They're not trying to hide them, and I think that's something that we tend to do. We try to put everything in a decorative basket sometimes. I got this down from the loft. I have two of these actually. These were from our wedding, and I get them down occasionally for parties, but this is something that I would use a lot more, particularly on a hot day with the kids always wanting drinks. But I'm not going to be going into the loft to get this out when it's a random hot day. So if it's on top of the fridge, I might actually use it a bit more. It's a shame. And it's one of those things that, I don't know if you have anything from a special occasion like a wedding, but I love using it because it's from my wedding. It just makes me happy when I'm using it.
But first I need to sort out the dust and the cobwebs. I've seen recently where people treat their fridges like one giant scrapbook. We always have the kids' artwork on here, but I would like to add a few more little things as well. I bought some ivy last year and I didn't know where to put it, so I just plonked it in one of the flower beds. But I thought I could bring it into the kitchen and put it in a pot. I think it might be a little bit too big, so I'm just going to divide it into two. I do find myself falling into the trap of thinking I'll really love my home once I've sorted this thing out. But of course my home is full of corners that still need plenty of things sorting out. Homes don't have to be beautiful all at once. Perhaps creating a home isn't something that we ever truly finish. It changes as we do, gathers memories as we collect new ones. Maybe that's why the homes from my childhood still stay with me. They weren't perfect, and they certainly weren't trying to be. They felt settled and comfortable, full of life. Nothing matched, but everything belonged. And perhaps that's all any of us really want. Somewhere to belong.